Hi, I'm Adam Leveridge with Top Local TV, and I'm here with Dr. Scott Thompson of Utah Facial Plastics. Now, Dr. Thompson is a board-certified facial plastic surgeon in the Salt Lake City area for about the last 10 years. And Dr. Thompson, if you were looking for a facial plastic surgeon in the Salt Lake City area, or giving advice on what somebody should be looking for, tell us a little bit about the types of things that you think would be important.
Sure. Hi, Adam. How are you?
I'm doing really, really well. Thank you.
Well, when you're looking for a physician or a surgeon or anybody that's a specialist, there's a couple of things that are pretty important. And I would say the number one thing with regard to a facial plastic surgeon is that you find someone that's trained specifically in facial plastic surgery. There are a lot of people out there that are doing facial procedures, and they may have various levels of training on the face. So ideally you want to find somebody that really focuses on the face, and that's really where the bulk of their training is. And an indication that someone is trained in facial plastic surgery is if they're board certified in facial plastic surgery. So training is really important. It's a good idea to sort of figure out where their credentials are from, what their experience is. And then the second thing is experience. How much surgery or how many procedures that person has done, and how many they continue to do as part of their practice. Is the procedure that you're looking at one of the main focuses of their practice, or is it something that's more on the periphery that they don't do that often? And then finally, I think it's important to see kind of what the public is saying, looking at other patients, online reviews, those kinds of things that will give further insight into the physician, into the surgeon. And then the last thing that I think is really important is, and this to me is probably the most important thing, is what is the impression that you get when you go and talk to that person and meet that person and discuss what your concerns are. It's really important, especially if you're talking about something surgical, that you have a good connection with the physician.
And you bring up a very interesting point there, and that is, what type of relationship will someone have with their surgeon? And along those lines, Dr. Thompson, if somebody were looking for a facial plastic surgeon in Salt Lake City or Utah as a whole, and they came to your practice, what type of experience would they expect?
Well, I hope they would have an experience where they feel like they're listened to and that it's a positive experience, that they feel comfortable right from the get-go, even from the first phone call. And I try to hire people in my office that really care about people and that are going to give you a positive experience. But not only that, when I sit down with you, I'm going to really focus on what your particular needs or desires are with regard to your face. It's not my job to kind of push you in a particular direction. It's my job to listen to what your concerns are, what your desires are, and then really present the options that are available, and then make some recommendations based on that.
Okay, excellent. And Dr. Thompson, I know that your practice does some special things for new patients. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, in our practice, at least for cosmetic consults, I like to do that as a free consultation. So when you call and make an appointment, you can come in and I'll sit down and spend a half hour with you and just talk about you and your needs and your desires and what your concerns are, and then, as I said, make appropriate recommendations with that in mind. And then we also have ongoing specials with regard to usually injectables, skincare, things like that they're going on all the time. And some of them are manufacturer specials, some of them are just done in our office, but they're all a great value, and those kind of change on an ongoing basis. We keep our patients informed of those through email.
Okay, excellent. Now, Dr. Thompson, it's been absolutely great having you on here this morning. I really, really appreciate your insight. I'm Adam Leveridge with Top Local TV, and I've been joined here by Dr. Scott Thompson from Utah Facial Plastics. And thanks again so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you, Adam.